Hi friends. I'm gonna sit here for just a second. I'm still learning this whole algorithm for when Facebook and Instagram like to tell you that I'm live. So I like to take a minute or two, just kind of see if anybody's gonna pop on. Meanwhile, I'm adding my layer of, hey Judy, self-protective immune support on the bottoms of my feet. If you've never seen me use my oils, you probably don't know, but this is the number one way that I use my oils is on the bottoms of my feet every day. So stick around. I'm going to tell you a little bit of detail into why you want this oil in your life as well. But I'm just waiting to see if a couple more people pop on. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being amazing. As always, I recognize in my world that I'm surrounded by amazing humans. So whenever I get to see you guys actually live with me, it gives me a totally different bubbling up of energy. All right, so I think the word is out. I'm live. Here we are. It's Monday. And I've been promoting, I don't know if you guys know this, over the last 2 years now, an opportunity for you to take out all excuses. I'm not even kidding you. Take out any reasoning, justification, delusion, defense, denial for why you can't work out. If you hate gyms, if you hate commuting, if you hate driving in traffic, if you hate looking at yourself in a group of humans that you might be in comparative relationship to, I've got the answer for you. And over the last few years, I've literally been developing a virtual studio. Now, most of you know I come from the yoga world. I've been birthed from the chakra system over 20 years ago, but really closer to 30 years ago when I was super young and just had such a connection to spirit and source growing up. But I've been developing an online studio that teaches basic alignment principles, movement, functional capacity to be in your body and be an amazing human. Sometimes that looks like yoga, sometimes that looks like down dog, sometimes that looks like meditation and lotus, sometimes it looks like literally sit at your desk and get a good butt workout. But what the hell is this virtual studio, right? Well, here it is. This is as high tech as it gets. Right, I want you guys to really acknowledge that in the world of advancement and growth and connection to your own greatness, we literally have to take out the pomp and circumstance. We have to take out the formality of things have to be perfect, things have to be beautiful, things have to be impeccable for the world to participate, right? When you come to a yoga studio or even a gym, although it might have a little bit of that hot yoga smell or that smell of overachievers, right? Sweating everywhere, right? Whether you're going to a studio or a gym or even working with a personal trainer, there's almost this presentation that you have to put out to the world, right? You got your Lululemons, you've got your yoga strap, over your shoulder. You've got your good headband on. You've got your fancy water bottle. A lot of that, which really is sort of it kind of puts our workouts and our exercise and our regime of being healthy into this level of you have to be elite. You have to have privilege, basically, to go and experience workouts or gyms or yoga studios or whatever. And I realized that while that's a really important space for community to develop, that's not what these boxes, basically these rooms with good floors and mirrors, are really cultivating. They're cultivating a sense of competition and comparison. They're cultivating a place where you actually compartmentalize your life. You have to carve out your time, go out of your way, and fight traffic in order to be in a space that then someone else holds for you. They put the music on, they turn the mood lighting on, they put the essential oils in the diffuser, they have the mood and the deities and the paintings and the mantras and the good pictures on the wall, and those are important, right? I have owned a studio, I've worked in studios, I go to studios. They're very important because the brick and mortar world is where we can connect to each other. But what the hell is a virtual studio, and why have I been committed to building that over the last couple of years? It takes out all the excuses. It takes out all the formality. It doesn't let you have a reasoning for why you have to go and get something or why you have to go and do something before you can come to class. I talk about to my students all the time, literally from this is where I teach. You see it all the time when I go live. This is the virtual studio, but you also have a virtual studio right where you're sitting right now. All you need is a little bit of floor space. You don't need a yoga mat. You barely need yoga clothes, right? Maybe some sweatpants. Let's get rid of spandex anyway. It's not good for us. You need a chair, a wall, a desk, and you need the willingness to show up when no one else is holding space for you. How many of you are literally doing a home meditation practice, a home yoga practice, where when no one's watching, that's my question, you're showing up for yourself, right? Now, in the virtual studio, it's a little bit different because we're live, and so you do get eyes on you. You actually get in real-time feedback, but you get it next to your dirty socks. I just love that, right? You have to like figure out how to carve out space and time for yourself next to the kids' toys on the floor, looking at the crumbs that you didn't vacuum up, or dealing with the circumstances that you yourself have created. By the way, it's your home, it's your situation, it's your real-time space. You yourself have created this by going out and by disconnecting and separating yourself from your home sanctuary and going to a space that someone else has developed. You actually let yourself off the hook for creating a sacred container for your own growth and development all day, every day, right? When you come home, instead of feeling like you have nothing but stress and piled up things and hoarding and filled rooms and all, you know, over all this baggage that you're holding on to, you've actually carved out a little space in your homes that you can practice and literally click a button and tap into a community of practitioners that are simply wanting to feel better in their body without all the formalities of having to go to a studio, a gym, a trainer, you know, make that commute where you kind of separate and disconnect yourself from the rest of your world and go into a situation where someone else is holding space. Again, they're all important. Brick and mortars, buildings, gyms, studios, all of these spaces are super important where humans can actually be humans and see other humans. But I still think the culture of what is existing inside of those four walls is actually can be a little bit competitive. It can be comparative. It can be separating in that, I don't know if you guys have ever been to a yoga studio, but I've stood behind the desks of a lot of different yoga studios. And in the flush of people in the 15 minutes before class comes on, or before class starts, all these people come in with all of the energy of their day and they just vomit it all over the front desk. Have you guys experienced this? As yoga teachers, I know there's a lot of you out there, or managers at studios, or are you the student that comes in and is like, oh, I had the craziest day, and just like puts your drama all over the sign-in sheet? I'm just wondering. Because this is what happens. But then there's a few of you, while there's a few of you that come in and that just like, you know, tell your big story and your dramatic experience to get to the studio. It was so stressful. I hear that all the time. There's a couple more people, as another style of human, that runs behind the desk as fast as possible so as not to be seen. Or that runs past the desk, right? Maybe you like use your key card and scan in and you hit it to the locker room so that no one sees you. And then you get to the yoga studio early so that you can hide in the back so that no one sees you, so that you don't have to have any interaction. Right? It's such fascinating dynamics that these studios and that these containers create. And a lot of that can give us reasoning for why we don't want to go to practice, or why we don't want to go to the gym, or why we don't want to get our workout. I'm trying to take out all of those excuses by offering literally classes that you press a button and you are tapped into a global community where, yeah, someone else is guiding you, giving you real-time feedback, actually cueing to the body that is yours because they can see you, but you're doing it next to your dirty socks. You're doing it next to your laundry, next to the dinner that needs to be cooked, right? Or next to those 12 books that you haven't finished reading. Maybe that's more me. I always have books all around me where I'm like, I just started them and I haven't finished them. But there's all these things that you don't have to deal with when you leave your setting and you go to a space that someone else has created for you. The reason I'm telling you this is because I have an invitation for you to get a 1 month free. Number one, everybody who wants to join Village Well and access the live classes that are online 5 times a week, or you can do on demand. You don't have to be live with us, but the practice is for you to literally learn how to hold space for yourself. Everybody gets a free week trial. Everybody. You can get a free week, 7 full days of tapping into online classes. Boom, you have over 100 choices the second you sign up for your free week trial. You and everybody, you get 7 days free. But if you want a month free, meaning I could probably say that if you did, in that 1 month time, minimally 5 classes, your life would start to change for the better quickly. You would start to see completely different perspective on how you can hold space for yourself for 45 minutes I'm not talking a 90-minute practice. I'm not talking you have to drive in 30 minutes of traffic and stay for an hour of practice and then drive in another, so it's a 2.5-hour commitment at that point. It's 45 minutes. It's a manageable amount of time. I've taken out as many excuses as I possibly can find so that you don't have any reason not to be your most amazing. Are you committed to that? Those are the kind of people that I live in my world and I surround myself with. And I know there's more of you out there. And so I'm inviting you to get into a drawing for having a month free access. Everybody, no matter what, gets a free week. And if you want to know more, I'm going to leave it in the comments. But I want to know, what are your excuses for why you don't go to the gym or why you don't go to the studio? And does this sound like something that you could actually get behind? Oh, I could practice in a little corner of my house and I don't have to worry about my perfect yoga clothes. Doesn't that sound nice? Like, okay, what I usually get is people's resistance to like, oh, it can't be seen. Oh, it can't be on video. But guys, if you use this as a study tool, right, if you literally use this, because the classes are live on the, like recorded, we have access to them pretty much the same day to go back and look at that recording. If you go back and use the image of yourself as a study tool, that is taking your practice to an entirely new level, because suddenly you get to see what it looks like as you're practicing, as your body is moving. Not to go judge yourself, right? Not to go cut yourself down, but to just get honest and real-time feedback about what it looks like when you practice. This is why I've created a virtual studio, and I'm committed to continuously developing an access point where you feel like, oh, maybe there is some value in taking out the commute and taking out the pomp and circumstance and letting go of the formality and just hitting the button and zooming, literally it's on Zoom, zooming right into a community of committed and capable humans that are willing to hold space for themselves. So everybody gets a free week, but if you want longer, if you literally commit to like a month where you do 5 to 10, I would challenge you to do 10, but minimally 5 classes, 45 minutes long, you would literally be starting a wave of change in your life that would likely never stop, because you take out all the excuses why you don't have access to quality instruction, to good workout, to exercise. You take out the time issue. It's pretty freaking affordable. You take out the money issue. You take out the quality, because P.S., you have the highest trained movement experts, as far as I'm concerned, on the planet with modern science. And you get to meet you. You get to be in relationship to yourself. So that's a virtual studio. And everybody gets a free week trial. Like I said, I'll leave it in the comments that you can all just start this week and start to join our movement experts for our 5 live classes, or tap into our archive library. But if you want a month, you gotta enter, be in this drawing. You also start today an opportunity to get free stuff, but commit to not just practicing at your own home, but putting your wellness literally in your own hands. Getting a bottle of On Guard today, a doTERRA essential oil, which is the highest quality oil on the market, as far as I'm concerned, in all the study that I've done. When you buy this oil today, you get another one free, right? Super simple, simple little BOGO. When you buy this On Guard, you get this free. Breathe. Immune support, incredible killer of nasty things, bacterias maybe. I don't want to get too off compliance, but it smells good, smells like Christmas, and then you get to open up your lungs, expand your heart, stretch the tissues that might be stagnating. I talked about this yesterday in the kind of still sluggish pool at the base of your lungs. And you get into an entry, a drawing to get a free month in our virtual studio. But everybody gets a free week trial, right? So nobody has an excuse. I'm not making this another reason why you can't get access to this. Everybody gets 7 days free. But 7 days is good. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Really, a month is just the tip of the iceberg. But don't you want to, like, number one, get your most bang for your buck? If you decide to go for today's BOGO, and I'm going to do this every day, so tomorrow will be another one. Until Friday, there will be a new one. But I'm going to give a drawing every single day this week for somebody. 5 months of free virtual studio access I'm giving out. So somebody today is going to get an entire month of access to live classes, literally carving out space next to your dirty socks to find enlightenment, where you zoom into a global community and you get access to a 45-minute practice that will change your life. Because you didn't have to add on all the formality, all the stress, all the specificity of fitting the standards of what your brain has told you have to have before you go to a gym, a studio, a personal trainer, whatever it is. You take all of that out, and what's left? It's not the sexiest, right? Because if you are, like, literally there's dog hair in the corner, you're going to feel like, oh, I want to go where the curtains are purple and the mural is the lotus on the wall and the windows are perfect. And, you know, there's all these things that we think we need in order to find enlightenment. And I'm challenging you all to know that you can find it right here, right now. And I want to invite you all in to the virtual studio, right? Everybody gets a week free. But if you want to get a free month, if you want to understand that you don't need to put off greatness anymore because I'm taking out all of the excuses, you're welcome. I'm taking out all of the reasons why you don't think you can access amazing teachings, get a good workout, and save time in your day. And save money because it's affordable to step in. Well, number one, free is the freest. Can't beat free. Everybody gets 7 days. But if you decide to jump in and really start to take your wellness into your own hands, literally, buy On Guard, get Breathe free. Just message me if you want. I'll send you a quick link. You're going to get an entry into a drawing that I'm going to do every single day this week so that you can get a month access and have zero excuses to stop being the most amazing human you've meant to be. You are meant to be. The world needs your awesomeness. And using these little bottles, you guys, I'm not shy about it. It's life-changing. It's compounding your ability to be sensitive as a human being, your ability to tap your supernatural powers and to be the superhero and a leader in your own life exists in these mindfulness practices. Using essential oils before you reach for that stuff behind the counter, behind the medicine cabinet, over the counter, from the chemical-ridden laboratories. Go to nature's medicine first. Go to yourself first, the source of your greatness, your wisdom, your health, your well-being. It lives inside of you. And a virtual studio is perhaps the totally most like random new, I don't even know if I can access this idea, but it's becoming bigger and bigger. It's becoming more understood. People see the relevancy and the power of being able to just Zoom live from their own home. No circumstance, no Lululemons necessary. You just get to show up as you are. And in that, you get access to how amazing you really are and have always been. You don't need to find anyone else, go anywhere else, but sit in your own home and Zoom in to a community of like-minded individuals. So everybody gets a week free. If you want a month free, I want you to start working with essential oils. And this isn't just like a one-time thing to get you to buy a product. That doesn't help you. That doesn't help me. That doesn't help the world. This is literally a stepping stone into taking your own health care into your own hands. It's the beginning point, right? So you get to work with me. I get to educate you and inspire you and teach you and work together for all the things that your body and your family are dealing with so you can start to use nature as the first line of defense. Have an experience with a community where you have a live class Zoomed into your house 5 times a week, or you can tap into over the 100 archived classes that are available in the virtual library that give you access to 6 different teachers and amazing different themes of greatness. It's for you. I've been developing it for a couple of years. I'm only just beginning, and I want you to come along and experience it for yourself. At the very least, try your first week trial for free, or come into the drawing world, come into the doTERRA world, get this incredible immune booster, buy that, and you get the lung expansive eucalyptus-based breathe oil for free, and start a new chapter in your life. That's all. It's time to advance. We're all living in the modern day, and the technological piece isn't going away, so let's become friendly with it. Come play, be in our virtual studio. Our next class is Wednesday morning, but you can access classes tonight if you want to get started, right next to your dirty socks. I love you. I love you. That's why I do this. Let's talk soon. Send me a message. Let me know what questions pop up, or if you're ready to jump in and take advantage of today's BOGO, because it's only on until 11 p.m. Mountain Time. There's going to be, midnight Mountain Time. There's going to be another deal tomorrow, but I'll do the same thing. I'll come here. I'll talk to you. I'll invite you in, really, to your own home, and we'll talk. I love you guys so much. Have an awesome night. Bye.